when you sign on for these assignments, I said, be careful what you sign on for, because you got to agree to do what they want you to do. Go where they want you to go, to do what you want to do. But they have told me many times through my clients, you find your passion. You find what you're really supposed to do, what you're here for. You don't get sick and you don't age, because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And you're happy doing it. So that's probably why they said, I found what our mission is after raising a family and doing all this other thing. That's why I said I've had several lives in one. You know, my husband was in a wheelchair for 25 years after he was almost killed in the Navy and his body was crushed. So we had to get all that behind us and raising a big family before the universe said, now it's time to step into this role. So you never know what kind of a plan or contract you have made on the other side before you come in. So don't try to get out of it too soon. The best is yet to come. You don't know what the rest of the contract is. First, you have to get rid of all the old junk, the garbage and the baggage out of your life. And then you can move into what you really came for. So many people come to see me and they said, I want out. I want to commit suicide. I don't want to be here anymore. They don't realize what they've contracted to do. Of course, if you get out too soon, you got to come back and do it again. You don't get out of anything. That's not the way the law of karma works. Okay, I'm not going to go into too much of the 3 waves of volunteers. I think last year, that's what I mostly talked about, wasn't it? That's the book I finished last year, and it's making waves all over the world. But I want to mention it. It's the 3 waves of volunteers in the New Earth. But as I said, all of my work is an accumulation of the different information that comes through all of these thousands of people that I see. That's how I come up with these theories. First, let's talk about the Earth School. You've all signed on to be here at the Earth School. And I'm going to talk about that first to show where you have come to now as we're in 2012. And the different speakers have been talking about God, and this is all in my books also. And that's why I said a lot of these concepts were very challenging in the beginning. Okay, we all began with God. I have so many clients coming to me, and on their list of questions is always, where did I come from? But they always say, why am I here too? Well, where did I come from? If it were to wink out for a fraction of a second, everything would disintegrate. That's how powerful this is. And I've went into a lot of this in my books, the different versions of the dreamer dreams a dream, life is an illusion. One concept I like to bring up that may shake you up a little. This building, this room didn't even exist until you collectively decided to be here today. Is that a little hard to understand? This is the kind of concepts I'm getting. It's the collective consciousness of how it creates. That when we decided to come here, we constructed this thing out of the energy, because everything is energy. And that's how it works. When we all began, we were all part of God. This beautiful light, this huge energy, total love, we all began there. And God decided He wanted to learn, He wanted to know, He was curious. So what happened? He burst out in all directions. I can see all the actors on stage getting ready to come out and play their parts. I can see the actors in the wings getting ready to come on. And he said, but when I was there, it was so hard and so difficult. But now that I'm on the other side, it was like a blink of an eye. We get caught up in the illusion. So you are the producer, director, and actor in your own play. You're also the script writer, but the script is being written as it goes along. You know what that means? You can change the script anytime you want. You're the writer. You're the actor. You don't like the way the scene is going? Change it. This is how much power we have and we don't realize it. And what you chose to learn. We all have bad things happen in our lives. That's life. But what did you learn from it? Remember, you created it to learn something from. You made it maybe more difficult than it should have been, but you created it to learn something. And I have clients that I ask that to, and they'll say, I didn't learn anything. It was just a horrible experience. What happens then if you say I didn't learn anything? You got to take that class over again. Earth is nothing but a school that you signed on here to experience. There are many, many schools out there because when we start out, God said, learn everything that's possible, everything there is, things you can't even imagine, and then bring it back to me.